The special guest of honor, Engineer Usman Jaman Kalamu, the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Works, Housing and Transportation, Gombe State, ably represented by Alhaji Abubakar Ibrahim Lamua, the Director, Administration, Ministry of Works, Housing and Transportation, Gombe State. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works, Housing and Transportation, Gombe State, also ably represented. My dear colleagues, distinguished permanent secretaries from across the states, other dignitaries here present, stakeholders in the built environment and the housing and urban development sector, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and profound sense of purpose that I welcome you all to this important 13th National Council on Lands, Housing and Urban Development, holding here in Gombe State, with the theme, Housing the Future, Affordable Housing for Economic Growth, Climate Resilience, and Urban Development. I am also truly honored to address this distinguished gathering of permanent secretaries and professionals from the housing and urban development sector. This council meeting serves as a powerful reminder of our collective responsibility to advance the development of the housing and urban development sector in Nigeria. And your presence here today demonstrates the commitment you have towards achieving this objective. Let me use this opportunity to once again appreciate our father, the Executive Governor of Gombe State, His Excellency Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya, for accepting to host this 13th meeting of the Council and for his support to the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. I would also like to commend the officials of the state government for ensuring the provision of everything necessary towards ensuring the success of this council meeting. I also wish to express my gratitude to the good people of the state for the warm reception accorded to all the participants following their arrival in this beautiful city of Gombe. I must also use this opportunity to express our gratitude to the Chairman, Senate Committee on Lands, Housing and Urban Development, who I know is presently in Gombe, and also the Chairman, House Committee on Housing and Habitat, Honorable Abdulmumin Jibril, and Chairman, House Committee on Urban Development and Regional Planning, Honorable Awaji Numbek Abiante, for their legislative support for the development of the housing and urban development sector in Nigeria. The ministry is seriously appreciating His Excellency Senator Waziri Tambuwa, the Senate Chairman, or the Chairman of the Senate Committee on lands, housing, and urban development have been so cooperative to the cause of developing the housing and urban sector in Nigeria. We have gathered here not only to exchange best practices and review policies, but also to confront and tackle some of the most pressing challenges facing our Nigeria today. Challenges of affordable housing shortages, rapid urbanization due to high population growth, and increased rural-urban migration, poor access to land for housing development, and unsustainable urban planning, which continue to exert pressure on our urban infrastructure and housing stock. The yearly National Council on Land, Housing, and Urban Development has a reputation for fostering collaboration, generating innovative ideas, and advancing meaningful solutions. And I'm confident that this year's edition will not be different. I am also confident that the collaborative energy here today with my fellow permanent secretaries will continue to fuel our shared progress and yield actionable steps to achieve sustainable urban growth across our nation. Over the past few years, the ministry has worked relentlessly to advance strategic policies and initiatives to drive urban development and increase accessibility and affordability of housing for all Nigerians. Through ongoing projects and partnerships, we have strengthened our commitment to Nigerians by delivering affordable housing, improving land use policies, and setting the foundation for resilient urban communities. As you are all aware, under the current government Renew Hope agenda for the housing sector, the ministry has made significant progress in housing construction in all the geopolitical zones of the country under the Renew Hope Cities and Estates Housing Program. And the Honorable Minister has displayed strong commitment to the success of the program. This unprecedented progress is also due to the cooperation and support of the various state governments. I am sure that the support could not have been possible without the cooperation of my colleagues, permanent secretaries. To this I say thank you, and I request for your continued support in pushing forward the lofty Renew Hope agenda of our dear President, especially in the housing and urban development sector. You have before you a compendium of what our able Minister, Architect Ahmed Musa Nagawa, has done in just 1 year. Just 1 year. And of course, in the coming years, I'm sure with your support, the whole ecosystem of housing and urban development will be completely transformed. Furthermore, knowing the importance of housing data for decision making, the Honorable Minister inaugurated a steering committee under my chairmanship, which was tasked with the responsibility of providing direction and oversight for the collection of national housing data from public and private institutions and creating access to housing data in Nigeria for policy, for planning, and decision-making. This committee has already mandated its technical working group to come up with the governance and data gathering frameworks and modalities for setting up the National Housing Data Center. This program is among some of the key initiatives of the ministry geared towards the achievement of our mandate. You will agree with me that the housing and urban development sector faces formidable challenges which demand a united front from both government and private sector actors to create enduring solutions. This is because the need for affordable, accessible, and sustainable housing, as well as inclusive urban development, has never been more urgent. This year's theme, Housing the Future, Affordable Housing for Economic Growth, Climate Resilience, and Urban Development, is not just a topic for discussion. It is a call to action. To meet the demand of today and to plan for a sustainable future, we as partners in progress must foster public-private partnership, promote innovative technologies, and harness the resources within our communities by bringing together thought leaders, policy experts, and community advocates. We are not only setting the direction for future growth, but also building a legacy of resilience and inclusivity for generations to come. Since the commencement of the National Council meeting, we have been deliberating on critical areas, including improving access to land, land titling and registration, building collapse, social housing, green building practices, partnerships, institutional strengthening, and policy. I urge each of you to continue to participate actively, bringing forth your unique perspectives, experience, and expertise as we work towards actionable solutions that will shape the future of our cities and communities. It is noteworthy that one of the recurring issues that has come up since the commencement of this council meeting on Monday has been the issue of the need for close monitoring of the implementation of the resolutions reached at the annual National Council meetings. We found out that previous resolutions of councils are either abandoned on the shelves of states or not implemented at all. And it is a serious concern to the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development that we keep bringing permanent secretaries, commissioners to this gathering every year, and we put heads together and we always come up with relevant and very good actionable plans, but the following year we will still come and do the same thing without implementing any of these resolutions. We know that implementing these resolutions require commitment, require funding, and require the buy-in of our superiors. But at times, when we ask for level of implementation, we receive responses like, oh, I've forgotten. Oh, what are the solutions? Oh, I don't even know where I kept the solution. So, concerned with the non-implementation of council solutions over the years, the Federal Ministry of Housing and Urban Development sponsored a memo this year to seek the approval of council for the mid-term monitoring of the implementation of council solutions. I am happy to inform you that the technical session held yesterday accepted the prayers, and this will be presented to the body of permanent secretaries today. Our collective vision is clear. In Nigeria, where every citizen has access to safe, affordable housing within thriving, sustainable communities, this council is instrumental in realizing that vision, and each contribution made here will impact lives and strengthen our nation's socio-economic fabric. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, let me extend my profound gratitude to all of you for your commitment and collaboration in the work that lies ahead. The outcome of this council and permanent secretaries meeting will play a pivotal role in shaping our policies, guiding our projects, and laying the groundwork for sustainable development. On behalf of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, I want to thank you for your participation, and I wish all of us fruitful deliberations. May our effort this week set a course for lasting and positive change in Nigeria. Thank you, and may God bless our nation.